Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a video about my DCP, and in case you don't know what that is, it is Disney College Program. Oh my gosh. I did my DCP last spring, so spring of 2019, and I'm quickly going to run through the process to apply and what happens when you apply. So basically you apply and then you get a web-based interview. From a web-based interview, which is really easy in my opinion, it was only like 15 questions. You go into a phone interview, which mine lasted about 20 minutes, and it was really stressful, and I thought I bombed it, but I didn't. And then you go from the phone interview to being accepted or denied. So obviously I was accepted. You learn your location and your job, and around December I got my position about 2 weeks before I had moved down there. I moved down in mid-January, and it was super scary, and I don't know how else to explain it. So basically, I was a house person at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, and maybe one day I'll do a story about that itself. There are 4 apartment complexes on Disney property. There's the Commons, Vista Way, Chatham Manor, and Patterson Square, I think is what it was called. I lived in Chatham Manor. I had 5 roommates. There were 2 bedrooms, so of course it was 3 girls to one room and 3 girls to the other room. Luckily, I was in the bigger room, thank God. I, of course, though, still had a top bunk, which really sucked. But it wasn't that bad. In each bedroom, we had a closet and a bathroom. So the only thing all 6 of us shared was the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room. But it really wasn't all that bad. We made it work, so bless us for that. You don't learn, at least I didn't learn who my roommates exactly were until the day I moved in, and thankfully I had known 3 of them because we had been in contact, and the other 2 knew each other, so it was kind of nice because each of us had someone that we knew. So moving on from that, I'm going to do a few short little stories about my DCP experience. I'm going to start with one from my last day at work. So my last day was in May. It was right before my family came down to visit me, and I got them into the park. So as I mentioned earlier, I worked at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, and I made a lot of friends there, which I'm still friends with to this day, and I actually visited a lot in the past year, like a lot. So on my last day, I was working in, and I guess I should explain Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge really fast. There are 2 parts to the hotel. There's Jambo House and there's Kidani Village. Jambo House is for regular guests, and Kidani Village is for guests who are members of Disney or pay to be members of Disney. So they have like more luxurious like stuff. Like there's one room where it has like a literal upstairs. It was super bougie. Like I don't know how else to explain that. It was way bougier than the other side. Jambo House is more like a standard but nicer hotel because it is one of their deluxe hotels. Anyway, now that we ran through that kind of fast, so on one of my last days of work, I was working in Kidani Village. I was working with everyone I knew. I was working with, I want to say like 3 other, I was mainly working with 2 other people, and then there were 2 others on the other side who we were in contact with the entire time. So we were basically just doing this thing where we reload the housekeeping carts. And it was really simple, not that hard. And we came in at 10 a.m. and we were leaving at 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. I honestly can't remember. Might have been 6. Usually we worked the noon to 8:30 shift, which really sucked because our day was ruined after that. So I hated that shift. That was the main shift we worked, and I absolutely despised it. So when I got the chance to work the 10 a.m. to the 6 p.m., I was super happy because it meant I got to go in earlier and get off earlier. So I actually still had my day. So I was working that shift with 2 of my really close friends, and everything that could go wrong went wrong. So we started off really strong in the beginning of the day, and then we took a later lunch or an earlier lunch. I can't honestly remember if we took a late lunch or an early lunch. And when we got back, everything was like bare, and we were running around trying to like repack everything, and we had housekeepers yelling at us because like they were in like they were in a frenzy, we were in a frenzy, we were trying to move really fast, and it was just kind of a mess. And it was a new project that the managers had been working on, so it was just kind of like scary, not scary, but like stressful for everyone in the situation. We were just trying to work as fast as we could to help the housekeepers. And the housekeepers were still obviously annoyed because they're supposed to be off earlier, and it was just kind of a mess. So we were working super fast, and then it came down to like 5:30, and our shift was ending soon, and we were running to get everything, like every last thing packed, every last like housekeeping cart and super supplier, which is like basically a glorified housekeeping cart but just linen. So we were running to get everything packed on all the floors in our section, and the other side was kind of like behind us, so we were trying to get everything done on our side so we could go help them. And we were getting off an elevator, and we had an amenity cart. So I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like this metal cart, and we had like shelves on it of amenities, so like toothpaste, like all the stuff you have in like your bathroom, like in the vanity of your bathroom in a hotel. So we have an amenity cart. So like, I don't know how else to explain it. That's basically the best I can do. And one of my friends was pushing it, and I was trying to get out of the elevator at the same time, and my cart, because we each had a cart, had gotten caught on the elevator, of course, and my friend who was pushing the amenity cart didn't realize my stuff had got caught, and she pushed the amenity cart into my ankle, and my ankle actually got caught in the gap between two of the metal slats, and when she pulled it back, it like took a chunk out of my ankle. And so I started crying immediately. I was in a lot of pain, and of course when this happened, there was like a manager above our managers who saw the entire thing happen, so she immediately took me out of the situation. My two co-workers, friends, went and finished the job. My manager had to come over. I was icing my ankle, and that same night, well, all of us, the same two people who were in the elevator, my same friend who pushed the amenity cart into my ankle, and I forgive her, it wasn't her fault, it was no one's fault. We were all staying in a hotel on Disney property that same night because it was our last night, and I was like, this cannot be happening. Plus my family was coming, and we were going to be going to the parks for the next 2 days. And I was like, this can't be happening. Like, I can't have like an injured ankle when I'm supposed to be walking around the parks with my family for the next 2 days. So I was freaking out. We iced it, we just wrapped it, and then we went back to Jumbo House, and then our shift finished up, and there were 4 of us in a car. So it was, I don't want to say their names, but I'm gonna anyway. I'm sorry. No one's really gonna know who they are, so I don't really care that much. So my friend Sarah was the one who had actually pushed the amenity cart into my ankle. And again, it was not her fault. She did not realize that my cart had gotten caught on the elevator and did not realize it happened. So Sarah was actually driving the car to the hotel, and then we had our friend Alyssa, who was in the front seat with her, and then there was me and Amy in the back seat, and Amy and I were having mental breakdowns during our drive to the hotel because she had just been told that she had to work the next day, or work later that week by herself, doing that job by herself all day. So she was crying, I was crying because my ankle hurt, and I was having a mental breakdown, as was she. So that was a really fun day for us all. I don't think it's a day we'll ever forget. And then we had a really fun night at the hotel. All of us watched TV, and then we all ended up calling off the next day because we were exhausted because we had stayed up till 4 in the morning. And we felt really bad about it, but we also didn't care because our program was ending. So super sorry, Dackle. I want to do another quick story, but I feel like it's already been really long. That story is longer than I meant it to be. Another quick story. So there's this thing called rope dropping, which I had no idea what that meant until I started my DCP program. When everyone was saying it all the time, I literally did not know what the heck they were talking about. My roommate had to literally explain it to me because I was like, what are you saying? What? So basically it's where you get to the park before the park opens. So my friends and I, my coworker friends, we decided to rope drop one day at Hollywood Studios and ride basically 2 rides, and that was it. And those rides were Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster. Of course, those 2 rides are right next to each other, and we just wanted to ride those 2, and then we had to get to work because we had to work at noon. So there was a group of us that decided to go, and we ended up going on Tower of Terror first, and Rockin' had actually been delayed on their opening because of some technical problem or mechanical problem, not really sure. Anyway, so we rode Tower, and then we got some coffee, and right as we got coffee, the line for Rock and Roller Coaster opened, and we were like, oh frick, and so we were chugging our coffee, running into the line, and of course you obviously can't take drinks or food with you on the ride, so I literally downed my coffee, and as I was downing it, one of my friends, again, her name was Amy, made me laugh, and I actually ended up spitting it all up on the back of Alyssa's leg. Super sorry, Alyssa. I felt super bad about it because that's absolutely disgusting, and I felt really bad because I also paid $6 for that coffee, but it's okay because we got to go on Rock and Roller Coaster. I think we actually went on twice, but I also got sick afterwards because, again, I had chugged a coffee and then gotten on Rock and Roller Coaster, and if you are not familiar with Rock and Roller Coaster, it goes upside down several times throughout the ride, and it's very fast. It's like a 45-second ride, but it's super fast and goes upside down like a million times. So we rode it twice, and then we had to get to work. So Amy and I had actually driven together, but we could not find my car for the life of us, and we were running around going down the rows. I was hitting my panic button on my car. My car was not going off, and I was like, oh my god, we're not going to make it to work. Hollywood Studios is only about a 5-minute drive to Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, but we were like cutting it real close. Like we got into my car probably, and again we were in like normal clothes, so we still had to change, clock in, like get in. It was a mess. So we got into my car about 11:45. I literally sped to Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. I'm just gonna call it Dackle because I hate saying the entire thing. So I literally sped to Dackle. We got there. We clocked in with like a minute to spare, but we still had to change, so we had to change like super fast. Amy actually, I think, changed to my car, and then we got into breakout, which is where they gave us our assignments for the day. We made it by the skin of our teeth. And then there was another time where we did not make it by the skin of our teeth. We were literally late by 1 minute. And that was when we decided to get Dunkin' one day, and the Dunkin' was super busy, and we basically were late, and then we also forgot our name tags in the car, and so we had to run back into the car and get stuff. It was a mess. But those are some of my favorite stories. I'm gonna have probably more stories for you if you guys want them. Again, I don't want this to be a DCP history memory channel. I want it to be whatever I or you guys want it to be. Let me know if you want me to do another book series that I've recently read, or anything, honestly. I don't care. I can do a travel vlog, or not vlog, but like travel video, anything. Just let me know in the comments down below. Alright, that's all I really have for you guys today. It wasn't super interesting, I guess. I do have a roommate horror story. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to talk to you guys about that for my DCP, because I am willing to talk about it, probably unlike the rest of my roommates. All of us are fine now. We all still are friends on social media, so it honestly wasn't that big of a deal, but it got blown out of proportions and stuff, but it's all fine now. So I guess everything did work out. So yeah, again, let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see next. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. It's up to you. I don't really care. Okay, bye guys!